Edit. I'm the annoyed fiancé in this situation. Please don't think I'm some wannabe homewrecker. Story 1. I'd have her invite you to the dinner as well. If he wants to catch up, he should probably meet her soon-to-be husband. Yes? After that, there should be an obvious line for him that he should not cross. He will probably, hopefully, just move on at that point. Story 2. Yes, of course it is inappropriate. She is engaged. Man, I had this over the weekend. Met up with a friend and his girlfriend. Her sister was also there and we hit it off really well. Was there attraction? Yes. Would I have asked her out? Probably yes. Did I? No, because she was engaged. Wow, this has completely blown up. I would like to address some of the comments I have gotten on hitting on an engaged woman. I did not hit on her. The moment I found out she was engaged, I pulled back. Of course, I was attracted to her, but never would have done anything further. Story 3. Just saw that you're the engaged one. What he did was not cool. If your fiancé entertained it and went to dinner with him, what she did was extra not cool, and I would reconsider the marriage if it were me. If she didn't entertain it and told you instead, I'd say leave it alone but tell him to go away. Story 4. Yes, it is inappropriate. She is engaged to another man. If you would not want someone asking your fiancé out, why would you think it was okay to do it in return? If she had wanted a relationship with you, she would have made it happen. Move on. Edit. Sorry about the mix-up, original poster. Story 5. Lady here, context is everything. If this guy had a crush but is now clearly just friends and they are hanging out as friends, then yes, it is appropriate to have dinner with your friend. I say this as a single woman who has several male friends whose friendship I truly appreciate and whose spouses I also know and feel totally comfortable with. One of these guys I liked at first but put into bro zone once I knew he was taken. Those feelings are long gone. If the guy is still crushing and still wanting something to happen and they typically do not hang out as friends, then I would say it is awkward but actually up to the invitee to assess and decide. In that case, I would express my feelings about it. Hey, this makes me uncomfortable because he obviously likes you, and have that discussion with my fiancé. If said fiancé minimizes or dismisses my concerns, that would be the bigger issue. Story 6. I am a woman who has been married a long time. Here is my advice. Let her go out with him to dinner without giving her any grief if she wants. You either trust her or not. If he confesses his love or tries to put a move on her, it is how she reacts that matters. If she leaves you for him, then it was only a matter of time. Just trust she will do the right thing. It will make your marriage stronger. Story 7. I personally feel a little bit of flexibility is needed here. It really depends on the context of their relationship. We have mutual friends that we met together as a couple, and if she wanted to go out to dinner with one of them, I would be fine with that because it's someone I have met and spent time with one-on-one. She has also asked to meet up with former partners from high school. I have met them as well. She also comes from a small town, so a lot of her friends or former partners from there she has known her whole life or are family friends. So, I trust her meeting up with them in those contexts. Anything else I would feel uneasy about. Story 8. To me, it is like this guy wants to express his feelings to her and see if there is something more to their relationship. If he knows she is engaged, he probably thinks it is now or never. In my opinion, the woman should either say, okay, mind if I bring my husband to be? Or I don't think it would be appropriate, and decline the offer. I think she needs to extinguish this feeling, not the guy. Story 9. There are going to be a lot of men saying things to your woman even after you're married. You and her should make a plan to shut others down together. In any case, get used to it and learn to deal with it in a mature fashion. As an aside, though, we got a lot of free legal work out of some attorney who thought my wife was attractive. Story 10. I actually don't think it's inappropriate. It's up to the person who is engaged to turn down those invitations. I look at it like this. If your spouse is attractive, you should expect that he or she will be hit on and asked out during the course of your relationship at some point. The onus is on your partner to reject those advances, in my opinion. Story 11. I used to believe the man isn't doing anything wrong. It's the girl's job to reject him, and if she ends up accepting, she's the one at fault, and the guy is just taking advantage. But I realize now, if you come in with prior knowledge that she's taken and you want to disrupt the relationship anyway, that isn't right and you need to reevaluate your values. I see your point now that you're the man whose fiancé has been asked out. I still stand by my answer that it's wrong of him, and I'd consider confronting him unless he's dangerous. Story 12. It depends. If she has shown that they are genuinely friends and she thinks it's safe, I think it would be fine. It's not at all inappropriate to want to spend time with your friend, though going to dinner seems a bit odd. But maybe they just don't have any interests with a public event happening. On the other hand, if they clearly aren't friends, it's incredibly disrespectful. Story 13. Laugh out loud at the top comments. This is a whole woman who can make her own decisions. If she wants to go on a date with this other person, that should tell the original poster all he needs to know about her, and he can plan accordingly. But some of the things people are suggesting sound as if they think this guy has his fiancée on a leash or something. Story 14. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, it really doesn't matter if it's appropriate or not. If the dinner offer has already been made, it is up to the woman to respond. As a partner, you can be the person who trusts and supports her no matter what. Telling her no will just make you seem controlling. You can express your concerns about what you feel the guy's true motivation is and get her opinion of it. Try not to let your insecurities get the best of you. That guy has been around for however long, and she picked you. Loving someone is also trusting them that at the end of the day, they are going to pick you. If you are concerned that the guy might try something sleazy, bring that concern up to your fiancé. Story 15. I think this depends on the norms of the culture it happens in. I will speak up for my group of friends in Los Angeles and say that, depending on the agreements of the couple, this would be okay if all parties respect the boundaries of others. It is okay to be friends with unavailable people you have or had crushes on, but it definitely takes a level of communication and respect that is uncommon in most of modern America. Story 16. Gotta say, refreshing to see so many people understand that flirting with an engaged person is an objectively wrong thing to do and not trying to rationalize or minimize it. Cheers. Yes, it's extremely inappropriate. It sounds like your fiancé has someone clinging to her, and she's trying to handle it honestly along with you. Be thankful for that. Story 17. Engaged isn't married. Even if it was, monogamy is passé. People need to get over it if we are ever going to progress as a society. If she wants to spend time with or even be intimate with another guy, what right does the original poster have to keep her from doing so? Story 18. When I was dating my now wife, an earlier romantic interest of hers begged her to take the ring off and go with him. She refused, saying she loved me. Now he is a lawyer for an Asian corporation, living in an openly gay relationship. She now knows if she had married him instead, he likely would have left her for his present husband. I wish him well away from us. Story 19. Did your fiancé accept? That's the real question here, man. And if she is going against your discomfort to go to said dinner? No thanks, dude. No thanks. Story 20. I'm not going to sugarcoat it like everyone else here, and I don't care if I get downvoted. You're going in with ulterior motives. You're trying to make it sound like just a cute crush, but you'd wreck their marriage in a heartbeat if you had the chance. Yes, it's inappropriate. Just because you have had a crush for a long time doesn't entitle you to anything with her. You're that creepy guy who lingers around women in hopes their partner messes up and you get your shot. What really sucks is that it sounds like you just hang around her because of her looks, and she might consider you a friend, but you only hang around for your creepy motives. Just realize the post wasn't about you. My message still stands, though. Story 21. My husband has a female friend who he likes to hang out with without me, and if I'm honest with myself, it's because I get insecure about it. I was actually friends with her first, but they get along better. They also don't have many other friends as we live in my hometown, and most of our friends were primarily my friends first. So I try to be understanding, but I do get annoyed. Story 22. Yes, it's inappropriate. He's trying to steal her away. But it's not on him. It's on her for agreeing to go if she knows about his feelings for her. Disrespectful to her fiancé. Story 23. I think he needs to learn to let go. She has clearly committed herself to another. He needs to consider why he is putting himself in this situation. The answer is deeper than it appears. Story 24. Call me overreactive, but I think there's something strange about a guy asking a girl who's in a relationship to a one-on-one dinner. The fact that he likes her aside, I think anyone who respects a relationship will invite the other partner as well. My partner has more male friends than female friends, which comes with the territory of us both being gamers. However, whenever one of them tries something inappropriate, she shuts down the idea right away. I'm not the jealous type, but I do get irritated at guys who aren't willing to respect the boundaries of a relationship. I take this as a personal insult, not because I'm worried or insecure, but because I find it offensive that they don't respect me enough not to try it in the first place. My partner and I have been together for 10 years, and I think there's a great amount of trust that comes with that. Not to mention, I'm the first to know everything. Anyone who has shown romantic interest, she tends to let them know right away that it simply isn't going to happen. So if that is their only intention, they should move on. Story aside, to answer your question, no, I don't think it's appropriate. I'd also have questions if my partner was entertaining the idea, because that would reflect a bigger issue in my opinion. Generally, no, it's not a big deal, but given the context, I'd have an issue with it. Story 25. Yes, it's inappropriate, the guy asking and the engaged woman. Simple. If you're engaged, you say no. If you feel the urge to say yes or are unsure, then it's clear you aren't ready to be married to the current person. Story 26. If you're in a monogamous heterosexual relationship, it's not inappropriate to ask, just inappropriate to say yes. The way you phrase it, this is a date. This isn't dinner. This isn't hanging out. This is a date because that's the way you're phrasing it. If you said, is it inappropriate for two friends to go to dinner when one of them is engaged? I would say the presence of your betrothed does not prevent you from hanging out with your friends. Story 27. Crusher should not have waited until it was too late to do something about his crush. Let her go, and next time don't waste time being bashful if you can figure out your courage only after it's too late. You fool. Story 28. To me, it sounds like you don't trust your partner. My wife can spend time with whatever friends she likes. It makes no difference to me. I would make it clear whether I like or trust said friend or not, but ultimately the decision is hers. I wouldn't ruin her friendships over jealousy on my part. I realize I haven't fully answered your question. I don't believe it's inappropriate as long as that friend understands his position. I've been on the other end of that as well, having had a crush on friends who ended up getting married or engaged. I'm still friends with them, and I'm glad to see them happy in life. A crush doesn't really make a difference. It's the person's actions that do. Story 29. Short answer is no. She can decline his invitation and invite him out with you as a couple. It's just as inappropriate for your fiancé as for this guy. The long answer needs more context. If this guy is an old friend and you suspect he has a crush on her, it comes down to how much you trust your fiancé. Another question is how your fiancé feels about this. If she is hesitant to invite you too, it's definitely inappropriate. If she is fine with you being there, it's probably nothing. Either way, she should care about your input or something's up. Story 31. The fact that he has always had the crush and hasn't done anything about it tells me that he is no threat at all. That's massive cowardice. Absolutely inappropriate. When you are in a committed relationship, you shouldn't be spending any alone time around someone that is interested in you. The fact that he is asking her to do that is not okay. He is asking her to do something that would actively harm her relationship. Story 31. Yes, but I also think it would be more inappropriate for the woman to accept the invitation if she is aware this guy likes her in more than a platonic manner, however. Story 32. I will never understand why someone would even want to hit on someone else who is already in a relationship. If that person is willing to leave their partner for you, what's not saying they'll do it again with someone else? Do you really want someone who could just up and leave you like nothing? I prefer the loyal type that doesn't leave unless they no longer feel any love. You can be attracted to other people while you're in a relationship, but you don't break up just like that. It would require a lot for me to leave my significant other. So if a friend confessed their love to me, I'd end that friendship. It's not fair to anyone involved. Story 33. He can do whatever he wants because he is single. It would be inappropriate for the woman to accept. He is being an asshole, but there are no laws against that, right? Story 34. Dude has to shoot his shot. And frankly, you need to let it happen. He'll try, fail, and it will be over. Or they both get it out of their system. Or he won't fail and you dodge a bullet. If dude is stalker-like and they already dated once, then he already shot his shot, so in your specific case, there's no need to do it again. Story 35. Inappropriate is a pretty low bar. Sure, it is inappropriate, but not much beyond that. The other guy really has nothing to lose, so why not give it one final shot? The worst that can happen is that she marries the fiancé and never talks to you again, which is likely what is going to happen regardless. So nothing to lose.